What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with the latest physique update from Hadi Choopan. So is there a reason of him tagging his former coach Hadi Brandao in his most recent update, other than the chance that these guys might still be working together? And Hadi Brandao also posted that same story on his IG. Now as far as we know, he hasn't revealed any details regarding the coach whom he's working with for this year. And if these speculations are true, that Hadi and Hadi, they are still working together, that's kind of the ideal case scenario, especially for Hadi Choopan. And the reason I'm saying that is because nobody knows Hadi Choopan and his physique and how his body works better than Hadi Brandao. And we have to keep in mind, both Hadi and Hadi Brandao, they were working together way before Derek got on board with Hadi Brandao. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Hadi Choopan has only worked with one coach after turning pro. And together, both these guys, these legends of the game, they achieved every single thing in the sport of bodybuilding. They brought one of the best physiques of this modern era. And Hadi's record, that just speaks for itself. I mean, the man has never been outside of that top 4 at the Olympia ever since he started competing in the biggest bodybuilding show of the year. And he's one of those guys, one of those very few guys in the history of this sport to have cracked top 3 at his Olympia debut. Now, I'm gonna say this again, not surprised at all that the man is looking so damn grainy with so much time left till he has to step on the stage again, which of course is gonna be at the Olympia this year. Now, Hadi has this reputation of staying super lean throughout the year, and considering the way he looked at the Arnold Ohio last year, that was one of the most complete package that we have ever seen in the entire history of the game. Or I'm gonna say at least in the past decade or so. So all he has to do is to bring back that same look and putting on more size. That might not be on his plan for 2025 Miss Olympia. Nobody is out-conditioning Hadi Choopan, not even Derek, especially from the front. It's Hadi's back that was always lacking, especially in comparison to a guy like Derek. Or I'm gonna put Nick Walker in there as well, especially in that back double biceps shot. Now just imagine if Hadi announces that Hadi Brandao is gonna coach him for this year as well. Now this will be a real battle of the gurus as well, with Chris Aceto in Derek's corner and Hadi Brandao on the other side. Guys, we have a limited time offer. If you buy any flavor of Bloodshot, you are gonna get a free Dying Breed t-shirt. The discount code is on the screen right now, and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. So some of the shows that people and even the athletes were hoping would not be so much stacked in this upcoming summer session, they were Tampa and Texas Pro, but kind of seems like they're also gonna be super stacked. So we are expecting to see at least 3 former Olympians in both of these shows. So let's take a look at the update from John De Rosa, who by the way hasn't competed in any shows since the Olympia last year, and he made it official that he's going for Tampa Pro and Texas Pro as well. And we have to keep in mind John De Rosa is a very dangerous guy, especially in terms of the amount of muscle he has packed on his frame. I know John is a short bodybuilder, but at the same time, he has so much thickness, so much density, and that old man muscle maturity. So the Arnold last year, that was probably his all-time best. They got the opportunity to stand right next to Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda, and he showed the entire bodybuilding world how good he can be when he is truly on. Now John is very thick and muscular in all the side shots and in all the back shots. It is his front where he is kind of vulnerable, especially in those 2 front shots, the front double biceps and the front lat spread. Now for those of you guys who do not know, John is actually the defending champion in Tampa Pro, and the man right now is so fired up to show up so much better this time around compared to what we saw at the Olympia last year, which by the way was his last show. So originally John was supposed to compete at this year's Arnold as well. His name was on the initial list, but for whatever reason, the man chose to skip that show. Now him and his coach, Patrick Tour, they have figured out a great formula where John always comes in 100% in that crispy kind of condition. And that is the main thing, which was missing from John for the most part of his decade-long pro career. Actually more than a decade. So really looking forward to see how he shows up this time around. So Justin Shire is the other former Olympian who has made it official that he's gonna be doing Tampa Pro this year. So these updates mark 16 weeks out of his comeback show because he's making a comeback after more than 1.5 years. And the only update that truly matters here, that is the back double biceps. Because in 16 weeks time, this is gonna be one of the most aesthetic physique from the front on Tampa Pro stage. His front double biceps, that is gonna scare a lot of the people out there competing at this show. Because the man is just so streamlined. And for 16 weeks out, the man looks pretty damn lean, with so much time on his hand. Now looking back at his physique from 2023, even that one was an eye-catcher, especially from the front. And right now we are looking at a supersized version of Justin Jair, because he hasn't stepped on any bodybuilding stage for more than 1.5 years. Now as far as the improvements in his back shots are concerned, it's kind of hard to tell at this point, but we have to be very realistic, especially after watching his comparison of that back double biceps from 2 years back versus this recent one. That's clearly his weakest point, and it is very hard to bring up a genetically inferior and a weak body part. No matter what you do, no matter how you train, it is always gonna be a weakness. But that being said, do not forget, he was able to win his pro debut in Chicago Pro back in 2023, even with that lagging body part. And the crazy fact is that he was just weighing 220 pounds at his pro debut. So this certainly is gonna be a bigger package by Justin Jair. Now John Jewett, another former Olympian, he is also supposed to do either Tampa Pro or Texas Pro, or who knows, maybe both of them. And we all know he has made some incredible improvements during this past off-season. And he isn't a guy about whom people should be sleeping on, because the man is always so damn complete, and he always comes in bone shredded and absolutely ripped. And last but not least, we have Quinton Beastwood in the mix. So these two shows, they are certainly gonna be very exciting. It is actually good that the reigning Arnold champion, Mike Sommerfeld, he decided to skip this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. It kind of made no sense for him to keep going and be burnt out for the one that truly matters this year, and that is the Olympia in October. So I guess this is the physique update from Mike Sommerfeld before it all went sideways for him at this year's FIBO. And you have got to give him huge props to Derek Lunsford, being 4 weeks out of the show and still showing up and meeting thousands and thousands of fans, where there is always the risk of getting sick and, more importantly, getting super tired. Now whether that played any role in Mike getting sick or not, we shall find that out later on. But the update on Mike's current condition is that he lost more than 6 kgs in a matter of just 2 days during that FIBO Expo. But the man was committed to meeting his fans all the way till Sunday. Now hopefully everything is fine with Mike, because him getting sick, that is really a concerning thing, especially in the context that he also had a health scare leading into this year's Arnold as well, and he has also had a health condition for so many years now. And one of the major reasons why Patrick Tour stopped coaching him after he won his pro card. Now most of you guys out there won't even know that Patrick was the one who helped Mike get his pro card, and Mike himself talked about this health condition with Fuad before this year's Arnold. So the point here is that at times bodybuilders kind of feel that they are invincible, but that is not always the right call. And I'm glad that Mike decided to go into the health phase so that he can be 100% ready for this year's Miss Olympia. Rafael Brandao bounced back faster than we all thought, as he himself mentioned this, that getting to know all the foods which are actually good fit for him, that might take months, but the man is back in his zone, starting to up his food and his calorie intake, and in just a few weeks time, he's catching up on all that size. So another bodybuilder with some of the most beautiful lines in the men's open bodybuilding right now, and I think that is something we can all agree on. And if this guy gets big enough, while maintaining all his aesthetic and classic lines, he can certainly be in the top 5 at the Olympia as soon as this year. Now only a few bodybuilders out there, they have this ability to get bigger and also maintain a very small waistline. And if we talk about specifically Rafael's physique and his evolution, since the time he turned pro, just look at his physique. There is only so much mass he can pack before the midsection starts to get bigger. And so far Brandao has done an awesome job of staying very aesthetic while growing and getting bigger at the same time. And that is mainly the reason why his rate of growth that has been very slow, especially in comparison to some of these other top guys. So what we learned from Rafael Brandao last year is that in order for him to get truly peeled and be 100% the way he did for Romania Pro, he has to lose quite a lot of size. Now his coach Neil Hill said that it will take Rafael Brandao roughly 2 more years to be big enough that he can challenge Samson Dauda. So do you guys see that happening next year? Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.